Well, it is time to start a new vlog. Very, very exciting times. Lots to do today, lots to do this week. Now, the big thing that's happening this week is I'm taking a break from Bricklink. It is currently Saturday morning. I just finished the last vlog and we're starting a new vlog today. Usually I don't start my vlogs until Sunday, but just because I'm away for such a big chunk of the week, I thought I would start it today so I can at least get as much footage as I can where I can. So, today and this week, I am going away. So from Wednesday till Saturday morning, I'm away from the BrickShed. Somebody else will be here packing orders, one of our contractors. And Harrison will come down on the Saturday morning before I get back to make sure everything is all copacetic. So I'm not here for a very big chunk of the week. So I'm going to go on a little trip and have a break from Bricklink and have a break from work. This is your reminder right now to get your break, because it is a big job running a Bricklink store, and it's really, really important to, you know, get your self-time as well in there. Anyway, today, the plan is Harrison will be here, and we're going to move these shelves. So these shelves need to be moved, this one and the one over there. They just need to be moved over just a little bit to widen up our alleyways and just finish that kind of expansion from the previous vlog. The other thing is we have a contractor coming in, so he will pack orders, and after that he will continue going through those sets that we were talking about in a previous vlog. And for me, I am going to be prepping for our Bendigo Bricks Market by continuing to label all of our wonderful minifigures. So if you missed, at the end of the last vlog, I showed you the usage of these amazing Dymo labels that we found until they broke my printer. I had to get a new one. And we are putting price tags as well as a barcode on every figure like that. So that is how we're doing it at the moment. It's looking very, very spiffy. I'm going to show you up a little more closer in a bit, and I'll probably try and do a time lapse of me doing some figures, which will be exciting. But I'm going to do a bit of a tidy up, and we're going to jump on and do some footage. I'm trying to get as much filmed as possible over today, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, so I can get the vlog out in that time. Anyway, that's me. I'm going to jump straight into work. Thank you very much for tuning into another video. And I'm going to jump on when I have something interesting to say. All right, let's get into it. Hello. All right, we are back at it, and we've got a lot to share about what has happened so far today. It is early evening. It's about 5 or 6 p.m., something like that. Harrison has just left, and our contractor has just left, and so far today it has been quite productive. The first thing that I would like to pay attention to is the change in our hallways. So we have, or in our alleyways, I should say. So they have had their final adjustment where the actual length, the width of the hallways have been expanded. This shelf here that has all of our H drawers has been pushed back and pushed forward as well, so it's in line with that white cabinet. Both of the alleyways are much wider and are a lot better for using our carts, and you know, you can really definitely get 2 people in there now. So that is really, really exciting. The other thing that we did was we cleaned all of our shelves, which they needed. Dusted every single one off, took all of the orange straws off, dusted each unit, and then dusted each shelf. So definitely a big job, but it was definitely well worth it. And we got probably an extra 10 centimeters on this side, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that 10 centimeters in person feels a lot better. Our contractor did all the orders, which is absolutely brilliant. I'm going to start shipping those out now. I didn't get a chance to ship them, unfortunately, but the even better news was Harrison was able to get through all of the rest of the sets. So the sets in that white box are all done, and the sets up here are all done. Wanted lists have been created, and orders are being made this evening when he gets home. So we'll be able to order some parts and get them ready for Bendigo Bricks, which is in 2 weeks, which we are very excited for. And on the note of Bendigo Bricks, I would like to point your attention to the time-lapse that you probably just finished watching of me starting the figures, or properly starting those figures, and getting all of those beautiful barcodes on them. I've got a lot more to go. I've still got more to print as well, but they are going to look absolutely splendid. So the plan currently is to just finish putting all of the actual barcodes on the figures that I currently have, figure out what figures need to be relisted, because there's definitely been some inventory errors, and hopefully a lot in our favor where we have more figures than we thought we did. After that's done, I'm going to redo all of the base plates and figure out exactly how much space I need for each value: $8 figures, $9 figures, $10 figures, etc., etc. And from there, we will have a complete system, and our figures can be put back into their drawers. We can actually put proper remarks on all of them, and figure out exactly, how we're going to store them officially for the future, and hopefully never have to do this again, or not for a very long time at least. So that is what I'm working on, and it's proving very, very good. And I've been doing this for a few hours now, so I'm a bit tired. But the figures are looking really nice. Those labels look absolutely spiffy, so I'm chuffed to bits, that's for sure. Anyway, that's enough of my yapping on. There's nothing much else to report. Actually, the other thing, there is more to report. Kiwi Brick Exchange, Jason from Kiwi Brick Exchange, has come in absolute clutch and has done a brilliant job in making us some beautiful, not in there, beautiful dividers. I'm just trying to find a really good one. So that white divider there, we've got a fair few of them mixed into the H drawers, and they work pretty well. I'm going to do a couple of edits when we order our next batch from him. I'm going to make them a little bit lower, because it's kind of hard to get into the back one there without pulling the whole entire drawer out. But otherwise, that is looking really, really nice, and it's much better than having Ziploc bags in our drawers. So I'm very, very pleased with that. We got a few other little bits and pieces off him. We actually got a shirt as well, which I'm going to try and find a frame for and find a spot in the shed to put it up. He got some, made a couple of signs for our order packing, so our contractors can sort the orders once they are packed, rather than using the ugly sticky notes, which we have been using thus far. We also got a daily checklist off him as well, which you can see right there, which he actually showed off in one of his previous vlogs, and we amended one for us, and we've got it. So just something to add to kind of the desk area and whatnot. But otherwise, that's about it for me today. It's been a very good day, Saturday. It's a good one to start the vlog. I've got a couple more days to do for work: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then I'm gone for the rest of the week and back just in time for Easter. To do final preps for Bendigo Bricks. Anyway, I will see you all in the morning. Thank you again for tuning into a new vlog, and I'll hop on if I have something interesting to say. Well, we're back on. It was a really nice chat with Ralph, and we caught up, and we were on the call for a really long time. I think close to 3 hours. So, Ralph, I'm sure you're watching this, but thank you very much for catching up and stuff, and we'll definitely, of course, keep in contact. But on other news, let's talk about what I'm doing in the shed. First off, actually, back to Ralph. He has posted part 1 to our seller chat on the Brick Separators Society, which is his channel's membership. So please go and check out Ralph's Bricks if you haven't, and join his channel, and you'll be able to see this awesome video. And there'll be 2 of them out. So please go and check out. There's plenty of content that Ralph's got, and I'm sure he'll love if you join. Anyway. I'm still going through these figures. Bloody hell, this is taking me a long time. But I've kind of got this whole setup, and I've actually brought using the trolley for something a little different, or the cart for something a bit different. That white stand usually sits over there, which is typically, I mean, it's meant to be a photo station, but for the past couple of months it's been figure storage because I haven't had room to put these anywhere else. But I've brought these around, and I've got all the figures there, and I'm just searching each figure up, and I'm grabbing the label and putting them on, and they are turning out really, really nice, and I'm really, really happy with how they're going. So I'm currently just chucking the label on, editing the inventory if they needed to be, and then putting them into their price groups in containers so I can reorganize the base plates once I've finished them. So this is still going to take me a long time. I mean, look, I still have all of those figures to go, not to mention all the Star Wars figures over there. I've done a few Star Wars figures, but not many. So I've got a lot of work still to go, and I'm not looking forward to doing all of the Steves, that's for sure, or all of the Harry Potters that are in that line. So anyway, it's going all right, and I'm finding a couple of issues. I mean, like, for example, the ham minifigure there. How am I going to put a barcode on that? And there's a couple of figures over there. There's a witch and another smaller figure over there. I've got a baby over there that I have no idea how I'm going to put it on. But I'm thinking of some possibilities, but we will see, I suppose. We will see. Anyway, I'm going to just keep on going with this. I've got more containers over there that are filled with labelled figures. It's proving very well. I found figures that were not on the store, which is definitely good, because any figure that I can find that wasn't on the store, I can re-upload and actually get up for sale for people to purchase. Anyway, I'm going to keep going. Please go check out Ralph's Bricks if you haven't. I'm going to jump on maybe a bit later. I've still got all of tomorrow for this vlog. Today I'll also probably do some editing and stuff, but figures and editing, that's all it is for me today. Anyway, I'll jump on if I have something interesting to say. Well, we are back in the shed. I have been out on an amazing little holiday, a really, really nice break, well-deserved break, that's for sure, away from all things Bricklink, all things the BrickShed, and we're back. We are back, and we're starting some proper work today. I have been back for a couple of days, and I've done a little bit of work here and there. Today is Monday afternoon, and it's the Monday just after Easter, so yesterday was Easter. Hope everyone had an amazing Easter. This video probably won't come out until a week or two after Easter, but that is not the point. Anyway, we're back. I got back on Saturday afternoon, where Harrison and one of our contractors was here working. They had done a good job keeping things under wraps while I was away. Contractor was in on the Thursday as well while I was away. I left Tuesday night, and he was also in on Tuesday. So orders went out, and that's pretty much it. It was just keeping up with orders and keeping up with customer service. As you can see on the desk, there's a lot of orders there. There's a lot of orders over there. There's orders behind my desk. There's orders everywhere. And the reason why they're not at the post office at the moment is because of all the public holidays that have just gone by. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all public holidays. We will get everything to the post office tomorrow. But that is probably the least important issue, because the most important issue at the moment is the state of this bloody shed. As you can see, it is quite a state. From when I was working on figures, I kind of left in a bit of a rush. So all my figures that were half done are kind of all over the place. And then everything from all the work that's been done over the past week while I've been away is kind of still all over the place, like the orders and all the printing stuff and labels, and the carts are a bit of a mess. There's containers aren't put away properly, and it needs a good vacuum. It hasn't had a good vacuum in a while. I've got to move all of these boxes out of the way, and it's just all a bloody big thing. But we're back at it, and we're going to get straight into some work now. I'm not sure how long this vlog is going to be, because we are on Monday and I'm still recording technically last week's vlog. So we'll see how it goes, but we're going to get straight back into things, I suppose. But we'll see what we have to do. So, Hello. I've turned the camera around, and so now you can see my wonderful face. But yes, as I said, the plan I think today is going to start off with a really, really big shed clean. So I'm going to do a massive tidy up, and we're going to organize everything, and we're going to figure out what jobs need to be done, because next weekend is Bendigo Bricks, and we are leaving Friday night, and it is Monday. So I have today, then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday morning to prepare for another big market. So the things that I need to get done by Friday are as follows. 1, tidying up the shed, which I will do today. Number 2, finishing all the labeling and reorganization of the figures, which will probably take me at least 2 days, if not 3. And the last thing I need to do is down this alleyway here, on the bottom of one of those shelves, is a big box of animals which are unlisted, and I need to list them on Bricklink, and then I need to bag them up and price them and put barcodes on them all so we can bring those to the market as well. And finally, we have ordered a bunch of parts for sets that we were completing, and those parts should hopefully start arriving this week. So I need to complete whatever sets I can. We already have a little bag of sets that are complete. I think we've got 5 or 6. So I need to bag up those anyway and price them. But that's about it. So that's going to be this week's kind of happenings. This vlog is not going to take all of that into consideration. So I'll probably only film today and tomorrow for this vlog. And then the rest of the preparations, as well as the actual market itself, will happen in next week's vlog. But otherwise, we are going to jump straight into a big clean, because I can't work with a messy shed. I can't work with a messy desk space. It needs to be tidy. It needs to be organized, so my mind can be organized and I can, actually properly do my work efficiently. The other thing that is happening is tomorrow morning we have another contractor coming in, a friend of the BrickShed as well. He'll be coming down and uploading some parts, because that's the other thing that I have been lacking on in the past week or two, is uploading pieces. I'm actually down 1,000 lots. So we're back down to maybe 25,400 lots, I believe, and we were up 26,400 about a week or two ago. So he's going to do a lot of uploading over Tuesday and Wednesday, so we'll hopefully get up our lot count a little bit more. But really the priority for myself is market prep. Once Bendigo Bricks is over, we can get straight back into doing some uploading. Some of our off-site contractors have messaged me and let me know that they have finished some more files. So that's really good. So we have more bulk ready to be uploaded, which will hopefully be dropped off sooner rather than later, because all I have at the moment is bricks and plates to upload, which I would rather be uploading better pieces for new lots, better lots. Anyway, I've said enough and I've done enough talking, so we're going to jump into some good old-fashioned cleaning, and then I'll hop on and I'll maybe jump into a time-lapse of some of the figure organizing. All right, we're going to get straight into it. I'm going to put on some lovely tunes, and I'll see you all in just a second. Alrighty then, a little more tidy, that's for sure. Now, I haven't done everything, but I've done enough to warrant starting the figures. So desks have kind of been reorganized, tidied up, and wiped down, and we've cleared some space off so I can start getting back to what's important, which is labeling and finishing labeling all of those bloody figures that we've got. I've still got to figure out where all those boxes are going to go, and also have to do a vacuum. But other than that, we're ready to go. So things are looking a bit better. Desk is a little tidier, which is very important. These drawers here are drawers that I need to fix. I need to audit them, but I just have not gotten a chance to do them yet. And that is also, I'm going to try and get them done either today or tomorrow, because they've been sitting on my desk for about a month, which is not good. So we're going to grab all of those figures up there, and we're going to bring them down here, and we're going to start labeling them up. That is the job. That is the question. What is the question? Anyway, let's get back to things. We're going to jump into a time lapse of some awesome figure labeling, and I'll get back to you in just a second. Well. A little bit of a time lapse there, a couple of different angles, but nothing real crazy. At one point, the camera did fall over, but we've made some progress. I won't say a lot, but I'll say some. Obviously, so all of the figures above $5 were already finished, and I was just continuing with all the $5 figures, which we have most of. So my setup is kind of, I sit in the chair, and these are the base. I've just made a third base plate, but these are the base plates that I'm moving the figures onto with their new remark codes, which includes an R for the R drawers, which are currently being used as table legs, but the R for the R drawer, and then the price, which is $5, and then the row, so 11, 12, and I'm putting 2 figures per row, as you can see here. I don't know why. I mean, I've chosen this layout kind of, I need to find a good balance for both market kind of setup and the ability for people to grab their figures easily and whatnot, but also for it to be easy to upload figures onto, as well as pick figures when we're pulling orders. And the other thing is, you might notice all of this space at the back of these figures, which is like, why have I not filled those up? Reason being, because I need space to upload new figures onto for when I'm consolidating. So for example, if I get another one of those clumsy guys, I'm going to need to put it there. And if it's already full, then I'm going to need to move all those figures, which I don't want to have to move figures. So I'm leaving that space there, as well as once I've finished moving all the figures, which is where I'm moving from here. So I've currently got this little table set up here where I'm moving the figure from the old setup and moving it on to the new setup. But once I've finished moving all of the figures into the new setup, I will have a good idea of how much space I need for the $5 figures. So I'm going to guess it's going to be 3 to 4 base plates full, most likely 4. And then when I'm uploading new figures, I'll know kind of where I can put the figures and whatnot. So I'll still have space to be able to upload onto this area, rather than pulling out a new base plate and creating new locations. I'd rather have it a little more spread out now with some more space on each board than fill each board up, and when I'm uploading new figures, having to pull out a new board. So I'd rather set that all up now. So that is currently what I'm doing. Now, once these $5 figures are done, which is all that I've got left in the roll of labels, so that's all I've got left, I have to go through all of those labels, which are labels that I've already gone through and taken some off to put on all of these figures. But what's left over here is all the Star Wars figures, so you can see SW there. And then I'll have to go back and finish the Star Wars figures. I did start them, but I have only done a couple of rows. So once the standard $5 figures are done, all of the standard figures, other than the ones above like $25, will have been completed. I'll be able to finish the Star Wars figures, which there aren't that many of, and then I'll be able to print the remainder of the labels, which there's not a crazy amount, but there's still another maybe 200 labels to print. Yay me. Anyway, so some solid work today. And I'm really loving the setup. These labels are going to be fantastic. They do split at the arms slightly. You can see kind of the gaps between the label and the wrist, which that just happens naturally. So they're not the most sticky things. We may look at a different alternative for the next time we do this, but for now, this is working fine. They're not going to fall off or anything, but they are, obviously, they're not perfect. But they definitely will do the job, and they definitely will make my life easier, which is the whole point. You know, efficiency is key. Any moment I can save microseconds worth of time, it all adds up in the long run, and I can use that time somewhere else to help expand the business. So, very, very happy with what we've got. We've got to still move all of these figures over, which I'll finish either tomorrow or I'll do a bit more tonight. But I'm heading out. I've got to do some dinner stuff. And then I've also got to move all of these figures onto their base plates as well. So there is still a ton more work to do. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to getting new labels on the R drawers and properly labeling them up, which will be really nice. Anyway, that's all from me for today. I'll be back in the morning. Good morning from the BrickShed. We are bright and early here, Tuesday morning here. at the BrickShed, and I was up quite early this morning, about 6 a.m, which is a tad earlier to my normal about 8 or 9 a.m. wake up. So, which is not too bad. It worked out pretty well because I managed to get a little bit of cleaning in, and I've done a lot more headway into the figures. So where if I bring the camera down here, you can have a look. I'm on the fourth base plate now, and we only have maybe half a base plate left of figures to go until we start the Star Wars figures, as well as the printing out the expensive figures as well. Those labels, because I'm only doing everything under $25 at the present moment. But for today, the plan is as follows. We have a contractor and friend coming in just a little bit. He's on his way down to Geelong from Melbourne, and he's coming in and he's staying a night, and he's doing 2 days of work, which is really, really good, and he's going to be uploading accessories. So very, very happy about that, because that's going to help our lot count, which is drastically decreased in the last week. And the other thing is, I'm heading into town now to go to Officeworks to swap out our broken printer, because I found that receipt, so I'll be able to get a refund, hopefully, or if not, store credit to replace that Dymo label writer printer that broke on us a little while ago, which you would have seen in the previous vlog, as well as heading to the post office to post the packages from probably almost the last week. Just because of all the public holidays, we haven't had a chance to get them to the post office. I've also got a package to pick up, which I'm actually not sure what it contains. I got a notice in the mail saying, you've got a package to pick up, and I have no idea what it is. So that will be interesting. We're going to turn on the back lights, we'll open the shed up. Maybe not fully, but we'll get things cracking. I'm going to be finishing figures once I get back here after going into town, and then our friend will be just uploading accessories. So he'll take up the uploading front, and I'll continue the market prep for Bendigo Bricks this weekend. Anyway, I just thought I'd check in this morning. I've already been doing maybe 2 or 3 hours of work, which is really, really good. But I'll head out now, and I'll jump on if I have something interesting to say. Hello. So we are back at it, and we're back to work. I have been quite a busy boy, that is for sure. So we went out to Officeworks this morning, as well as the post office. No troubles at Officeworks. They were really, really awesome, and we got our $350 refund for the printer that broke, which is fantastic, because that $350 will go towards better things, maybe some stamps. Anyway, I have almost finished all of the figures that were currently had labels printed for. So I've still got to print more labels, but we are all set. So what I've done is I've finished all the $5 figures. So that's all of them there, as well as the last few just over there. And then I have taken all of the figures out of the tubs, like them, and put them out onto their base plates, how they will be set up for our markets, as well as for picking orders. So they're all set up with their price codes. So as you can see, there's all the $13 figures, $14 figures, $16 figures, and so on. And now what I'm doing is I'm just getting all these base plates, because I need my table space, back into the RD drawers, or the rainbow drawers. But I'm going to remove these labels, and we're going to create some new labels for them, make them all nice, kind of like what we did for the A drawers, where we took off the big drawn-on labels and we put on our beautiful barcodes. So I'm going to do that. I've got to clean them off. Obviously, they don't come off very cleanly, but I'm going to take all of those labels off. I'm going to put new labels on, and then, in addition, I'll put some barcodes on there, and we'll fill them up with all of our beautiful base plates full of figures. And then I'm going to print more figure labels to finish off the rest of them. So all of the expensive figures, most of them haven't been done. So that base plate over there, as well as the Star Wars minifigures, which are in that set of drawers over there, they haven't been finished. So I've still got some work to do, but we're making some good progress. We've got some help in the shed, getting some accessories uploaded, and one of our pickers will be here shortly in a couple of hours to finish off today's orders. All right, let's get back to it. Hello. Well. Today and this week has been a weird one. That is a for sure ski. With the whole me going away for a week, that kind of, really fumbled things up, I suppose. And has made this vlog a little weirder than usual. I mean, it's a bit kind of pieced together with bits and pieces of clips and stuff, but nonetheless, some more content for you guys. Really excited to be on 1,000 subscribers, and really happy that our prep for Bendigo Bricks is really under the way. So that's going to be it for this video. I know I just finished that last clip with we'll get back to it, but the work has been got to. Orders have been picked and shipped and all that good stuff, and we are ready to go to Bendigo Bricks this weekend. So really excited for that. Now, that's going to be it for me for today. If you haven't already yet, subscribe, please do. It really goes a long way. We have hit 1,000 subscribers, but that doesn't mean you need to stop subscribing. We'd love to keep building this channel and seeing where it can take us. Like, comment if there's something interesting that you haven't seen yet and that you'd like to see, because I'm happy to share what I can. That is going to be it for me. Again, I've said that about 1,000 times, but again, thank you very much for watching another video from the BrickShed. I'll catch you all in the next one, which will be a special one, as it will be all about Bendigo Bricks and the preparations and the running of a Lego market. So really, hopefully you enjoy that video too. That should be out soon too. So thank you very much. I will catch you all in the next one. See ya.